Hey there, Commanders. Welcome back to another exciting Steel Division 2 match. I'm your host, Too Old for Gaming, and today we're going to be playing a 3-on-3 on Krupa. I'm playing as Sperrverband Kessel, and I'll be going for, I feel like it's the main assault points in this map. To my left, I've got Bad Kill here. He is playing as the 78th Sturm. And then all the way to the other side of the map, we've got Das Viper here, who is playing LSSAH. Against us, we've got Monty's Dog, who's playing CIABG, Captain Pandasol, who's playing the 9th Guards Cavalry, and Kirkland, who's playing the 10th Guards Corps. So in my build here, I've got Ersatz Truppen in Phase A, along with these CV-33s. I try to keep them in order. I've also got 40Ms. Biggest problem, just the range on these things. And it looks like I'm encountering Captain Pandasol here first. Get a miss on that Studebaker. The Maxim machine gun really suppressing our infantry here, who doesn't have an LMG. Got a good view on the road, but the Kazakis knock that out if I can't get my infantry in here. Looks like we got mortars already falling, and somehow my gun got jammed here. Apparently there's somebody used an APCR on these guys, because he blew up the transmission, jammed the gun, but didn't kill him. So this guy isn't going to move, and here it is. There's a 5-man team. I'm guessing that's an M42. And now the Kazakis are spotting me. And they're in range with their SVTs, so I might die. I've got more of these disheartened Molotov teams. The Hungarian Escalation, however you pronounce it. And even though his gun's jammed, will prevent him from these guys from fleeing when they go against opposition. Ersatz Truppen stopping Kazakis out in the open as they try to march across. So it should stop them from taking this area. If they got across, it'd be very bad for me. Enemy tank lining up on somebody, and that Maxim's back in the mix. Let's take a look around the map, see what the rest of the team's doing here. So we've got some Sturmschützen and Schützen teams marching forward to the front line. Not a lot of defense outside of the Pack 40. Looks like we lost one of our squads over here to these SVT 40 teams. Pretty tough. They've only taken one casualty. Bedford gets lucky there. Das Viper has made it across with some Flammenwerfer squads, but I don't think they're going to stick around for too long if the Tankos get in there. Looks like a captured Panther was damaged, maybe by this Panther A, but both of them staying out of engagement range. Over here to the craziness on the right flank. 40M misses. I've got Brandenburger coming up here to support my Ersatz Truppen. I get very lucky. So he's got an 88 from Monty up here firing down on my position. That's really tough to deal with 2K stuff up there. I don't really have much to go against it at the moment. Oznaz gets knocked out, but I'm down this flag. M42 suppressing my Brandenburgers out in the open. We lose another squad here. I'm having to retreat the CV-33, and more trucks coming across from Captain. My Brandenburgers really need some cover. I think they're still getting shelled. Nope. The M42 has switched over to the 40M, taking some pressure off. Got an IG-18 in here, lined up to stop anyone coming across the bridge. And I've called in a Vespi. Instead of mortars in Phase A, I decided to bring those. Come with more ammunition, and we can keep them from being countered. IG-18 doing a good job of stopping that Mosin team. These PPSH teams are beefy. They're 12-man squads. They're going to be hard to go against. And my Hungarians had to get dumped out all the way back here because of that 88 being lined up on us. So not a great position for me at the moment. IG-18 engaging the MG-42. But can't get lined up. He's stuck with the alignment bug. And he might end up dying before I get a chance to use him. So I've got a squad of Russians over on our side, which I'm going to have to figure out how to kick out. I have a Panzer IV-H whose job is to block vehicles from getting across the bridge. Hopefully, we can keep any reinforcements from breaking through while we just use the IG-18 and the Panzer IV to suppress and kill these guys. I think these guys are 15 points. Oh, gotcha. I think the non-disciplined ones are only 5. So we've got one Ersatz squad remaining. One of the PPSH teams is knocked out. Looking at our map, not really seeing any other activity going on anywhere else on the battlefield at the moment. Some vehicles moving here through the center. Looks like one of Cromwell 7 and a Churchill 7. Ersatz was killed. Puma getting fired on by the Panther. It looks like our friendly Panther was knocked out. Pack 40, though, might be able to get him down right now. He's got a PCR on. And he knocks him out. So I'm trying to move our Escalation teams over into this area again so we can get a view across the bridge. Enemy mortars falling down on my IG-18 at the moment. We are at a 13-11. In this match, we have no timer. We forgot to turn one on, so this is going to be a long one. I want to say we go about an hour and 13 minutes on this match. Zis-2 out in the open, getting fired on by our 40M. We knocked out that T-34-76, I want to say, with this Panzer IV-H right here. So we've got 3 of them in at the moment. I brought in a Brandenburger that needs to be moved into position. And I'm trying to hit the M42 anti-tank gun with my artillery. And he's smoking off my Panzer IVs. Brandenburger now in a position to see, but smoke still raining down. And not a whole lot of movement over here. Those Flamin' Warfare squads were knocked out. Got a Flak Verling on the front line now. Ground fire range is what? 750 meters, so it's going to be just out of range, but that would have been real cool to see that thing go off on trucks going across. So we've got more artillery up here, down on a position at OB-25 next to that 88. Spot of Osnes Special Forces in here. I'm going to try and get these Brandenburger half squad, less than that, quarter squad, excuse me, third squad in there. I brought in an artillery spotter to extend our radio range since we do have Vespies. I have a second one coming in, and it looks like they're going to try and cross here as well. That looks like maybe, yeah, another T-34. Brandenburger's now in a position to use their light machine guns against the Kazakhs. Starting to see the equipment back here. I think he had visuals on that position for a moment. So the Brandenburgers are knocked out, and I think it was by artillery. So I'm getting pushed by both Monty and Cap. Converted RAF teams, get those Vickers K guns, definitely making them more dangerous. I think in the past they only had the Lee Enfields. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've got an IG-18 trying to get into position here. And he's slowly lining up, so those guys will get pushed off. Looks like the enemy is attempting to counter battery the Vespi. Got 5 shells left. My other one's not shooting at the moment, but I'm sure I'll get him on defensive fire. Hungarian's getting caught out in the open, and the Panzer IV can't see him, but he should be able to fire at this. I don't know why he's not shooting. Looks like he should be in vision. So Sherman's shooting and suppressing the Ersatz. Panzer IV still not seeing Sherman. Now he is. Sherman misses on the first shot, and we get a crit, which is huge. Gun jam. We still have to go against this T-34, though. Oh, and the Sherman goes down. We should be able to fire on that T-34. Lag 3-4 coming in to take out our Panzer IV. He misses. We've got an IL-2 hovering as well, and he goes down to my anti-aircraft fire from the 7/1. Hungarian's firing at something over here. It looks like it's a 50 cal truck. IL-2 coming in to knock out our Panzer IV. Can he do it? He does. The 7-1 panics the pilot. I don't think we'll be able to get him out, though, of the match permanently. Another Osnas team goes down. We're losing innumerable Hungarians. I think they're really only good for the Molotov. Cromwell 7 all the way up to the riverbank with a platoon of men and second platoon on the way. So we're dealing with almost a company of men here in mid. Is the rest of the team going against anything? It looks like the Monty's got another group pushing to our left, but being held off by that river. That's really saving us from the Allied rush of tanks. Stug 3F8 up here trying to take out the Cromwell 7. Gets a loader wounded crit. That's huge. And pens. Bounces on that next shot. We can pen 135, and this guy's got... I can't see it. Should show me a second. 120, so easily knocked out. Brandenburger MG42 should be able to take out the WC-52. He does. Still dealing with a platoon of these Kazakis in here and more artillery landing on our positions. I'm bringing in a... basically the Bofors copy from Hungary to help keep away those aircraft. I think they have a pretty solid air tab with the 9th Cav, and we've already seen them using it. So it doesn't look like there's a leader or MP here to hold these guys from falling back, which is good news for us. We got a second 88 down here from Monty. Firing on our Panzer IV. Can we suppress him before we're knocked out? Ooh, he should miss. Hopefully, he does. And he's pinned by the Vespi. And now, hopefully, we can just finish him off here. 4 men left. 7-1 is getting shelled. I don't think I had noticed that yet. And we lose visuals on the 88. I did bring in the 149 off map. I feel like this is a pretty good one. 160 points. It's definitely a lot of points to spend. But remember, we had... He probably brought in even more troops in here, but we had at least a platoon of squads in here. So I wanted to get them suppressed, and I was hoping to use the Panzer IV and these disheartened infantry to push forward. CV-33 is knocked out, probably by the ZIS-2. I don't think I ever killed it. So I'm running out of my guys with discipline. OB-25 down here on the front line, out of visual range of our IG-18, but pins and kills a few Hungarians. So another platoon of them coming in. We've lost the flag on this side of the river to the FFO team, but the Schützens here with their dual MG42 is going to keep them pinned, and we get the flag back. Still a static line on our far left, and due to my loss of this flag, still a 13-11. Second off map going on this area. I know he has a lot of equipment in here, at least I'm assuming that. Yep, it was this too that knocked out our CV-33. So that 88's still alive. Apparently he was able to walk all the way back and go out of view. So I'm dropping these guys out of their vehicle. Not exactly ideal to have them marching in, but it's better than losing them in their truck. I have Pack 40 here too, just sort of cutting off any vehicles from coming across. But he's aware of that, so he's shelling it. Shell bounces off the Panzer IV. And luckily for us, all these guys are pretty much pinned down at the moment. Stug 3's got a good look down this road into the town. Definitely going to help us out. Very lucky with this Pack 40, still has all 7 men. So you can see I just dropped the defensive fire button over here on this area for our Vespi. Panzer IV now in range to use his machine guns, and fortunately for us, we're screening with infantry. Really would like to see them. They're not getting any suppression in the ZIS-2, so I don't know. We lose our Panzer IV. Oof. Now that we got 3 teams firing at him, they might kill him. And they finally get down. So we're gonna need more Panzer IVs. I've got a Stug 3 leader here who's gonna give veterancy to our Pack 40. And fortunately for us, the 88 cannot see him, even though it looks like he should be able to. Now the elite Brandenburgers trying to hold the position. You can see we got more assault groups who've made it across the river with these 4 GPAs. Definitely gonna have to deal with that, but I did ask for some help, and Bad Kills deployed some Schutzen, which is definitely useful in this scenario. Enemy using smoke here very effectively on me. 88 finally killed off. OB-25 though is back up from his suppression. And the ZIS-2 that was here has got a bead on our leader. He's got 2 men left. I think he might have penned us once, though. Nope, bounced. So hopefully we can knock him out. Nope, leader goes down. I find that... I don't know why. It seems like if I ever try to reverse out of somebody when they're reloading, it almost hits every time. Like, it's better to just wait there and see if it's going to hit you than to put in a command to reverse. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. If you do, put it in the comments. Sometimes I'm hesitant. Like, maybe it would have been better just to sit there, see if it bounced. Shoots and getting a bead on the Oznaz. IG-18 still trying to get aligned. Oh, he's going for the Sherman. I do have a recon team here. They don't have an LMG, but these are small squads. I think we'll be able to knock them out. M42 is destroyed. And our Stug 3 is knocked out by the IL-2 37mm cannons. Pack 40 still alive. Takes a single casualty. Definitely going to need more armor. We've got the Martyr 2 here. 7-1 goes down. That's a big loss for me. It must have been artillery. Six-pounder is destroyed right here. Not sure what killed it. Probably the Brandenburger MG42. I have brought in a Stuff 42. Trying to use his full range here to, again, cover this sector. Martyr 2 is knocked out by an enemy tank. Still locked in here at a 13-11. It looks like we must have lost. So we lost this position over here where Bad Kill was, probably because he was helping me out. Grilla going to be able to knock out that 17-pounder, I think, though. Maybe. We've re-secured the farm, so... But we lost my area again. So Tiger and Panther are dueling, or at least they were. Not sure what the Tiger's going for right now. Cromwell 4 goes down. And I'm going to say after all these 150 millimeter shells, that's 17 pounders dead, but can't be certain. Pack 40 and the backup leader in here now. Should be able to hold off these tanks, hopefully. Trying to get an MG42 over here. The recon tank is knocked out. Duke 3 gets penned, gets a pen and a bounce. We knock out the Sherman. And the PPSH teams are being stopped. Pack 40, really, this guy's been a huge boon for us. We managed to wipe out all these special forces, not even take a casualty, so we're going to bring in an MG42 behind him. I don't know if he's going to try that again, but I'd really like to just keep this side of the river if I can. We're tied back at a 12-12, but we've lost half our bar. MG42 spotting the converted RAF team here is doing the shoots, and I haven't noticed. I just noticed the other MG42 is not in position. The OB25 finally may go down. I think it's the same one that's been harassing us through the match, and he is killed. Somehow that truck made it through. I have brought in a Stug 4 since our Panzer 4s were all knocked out. Stuff 42 in a good position here to knock these guys out. I've got a Pack 40 up here. Again, just trying to keep him at max range to cover from multiple angles. Viper being very generous with the guerrillas, bringing one my way too, and looks like he's got a 210 millimeter Nebelwerfer here to hopefully put right here. I'm not sure. So far, I've just stuck to the 2 Vespies. Monty continuing to try to push here. Cromwell 6 might be able to knock out the Pack 40. You missed that shot. 2 men left. He lost track of him. He might die. IG-33 now taking fire from more Cromwells. I think the Cromwell is probably my favorite British tank in the game. Not sure how you guys feel. So fast. Just, I find that so useful. Another Sapri recon team getting destroyed. Got my discipline here, so this guy's not breaking and running. And my Brandenburger, maybe not the best position, but I'm down to 2 men, and I'm really using him for radio. And there's those 2 10s, pretty much on the spot we were hoping they would be. We're in phase C. I've got some Panzergrens coming in half tracks. We just lost one, though. 4 men escaped. We lost a truck with some more Hungarians. As there's a tank right here. Cap really getting some very good positions on me with his equipment. Brandenburger's dueling a Maxim that's triple vetted. I'm not sure if we're going to win that battle. Suppression bar is going up pretty fast. So is he from our MG42. A recon squad getting spotted by the Maxim and falling back. Can we get it? No, he gets pinned by artillery, so we're going to lose that one. I do have Brandenburgers coming in here to try and knock these guys out from up close. Sherman causing havoc against my infantry here, but our Stug 4 knocks him out. My recon team can see if there's any AT guns up here now. So, we got lucky. We got 1 man left. Looks like something happening on the left here. We're losing equipment. Kirkland, not sure if he's going to try and go across or not. We got a Pack 40 right here, but anti-aircraft is gone. And there's not a lot. Looks like he was getting hit with rockets. So we got a Panther G. He could move over if he needs to. Brandenburger do their job, knock out a Maxim. But boy, they're getting suppressed real bad by these two squads here. And he's in the river. Not ideal. So I felt at this point like this area needed to be reinforced. We've seen a lot of enemy infantry squads trying to come across, so brought on some standard Panzergrens without Panzerfaust. I didn't think they would need it because of the river. And he's trying to sneak across again with some raiders. Fortunately, that Sherman there just pinned us, so we gotta fall back. I think we've got a big enough circle here that if he gets in close, we can pin him down. See if we can knock out that Zis 2. Or 3, excuse me. It's not sure how we just keep losing sight of equipment. So MG42 is getting the jump on these guys to take a casualty as soon as they walk out in the open. We'll see if he can survive. That's a lot of men he's going up against. They're not suppressing fast either. No, we got wiped fast. Wow. This 3 was killed off, though. Another one of those Cromwell 6s with that 95mm howitzer. Gonna knock out our Brandenburger MG42, unfortunately. Stug 3 just can't see him. Sherman backs away from the Stug 4 engagement, probably a good move. It looks like Kirkland's trying to send a couple guards across. See if he can make it through here. APCR is turned off on the Pac 40, so be able to knock out that T-34 without any issues. More LSS AH teams coming in. It looks like these guys are out of LMG ammo. Wait, this SG-43 has been here all game. Did it just call in ME 210s? If I can drop those on our enemy here in a moment. He did knock out a T-34. Pac 40 might go down. No, it looks like he's okay. Let's see what's going on over here. So friendly artillery, what's landing on there? We got Hummels from Viper. Definitely helping. So they've got 85s and a 37. I brought in 3 just to see if I could hope that I could save them from getting killed if they get shot at. They do get pushed off really fast. So I think he was still getting hit with 50 cal fire there. Just gonna try and knock out the anti-aircraft here and bring in these ME-210s. See if we can make that happen. Keeps using these GPAs to get across the river. Just causing me problems. Really shocked that nobody can see that guy right there. Probably would have been good to have another AT gun in this position, but it looks like, as I'm thinking of that, I guess at the time I was too, because the Stug 3 is moving into that exact spot. So the assault here was... The assault was stopped. Pac 40 is still alive. We knock out another Sherman. And Viper's infantry getting pinned by the mortar shells landing on the position. My Brandenburger's getting caught out in the open again as soon as they're trying to cross. Fortunately for us, this time they do pin the enemy. Bring in a leader. Try to give these guys veterancy. See the mortars going off right here. I think he's got a huge point advantage. He's got, what, 15 and 20 point teams over here. Even my disheartened are 25. But I have a lot. And remember, there's no game timer on this, so I'll be going through a lot of infantry. Cromwell 6 is knocked out. I'm not sure if it was Pack 40 or a Stug 3. And Viper bringing in almost a platoon of Panzer 4s here to back us up with our Stug 3s. Enemy trying to counter the Vespi, and he knocks out one of our trucks. He might have been going for the Nebelwerfer, I'm not sure. So I'll have to walk him in and then remember to keep him away from my resupply road. That was very close. Another 45mm goes down to something. Didn't catch what it was. Looked like a JU-188 did a good job knocking out the enemy infantry right here. So our Vespi makes it out. And I have called in an 81mm mortar carrier. I don't think I've got him on defensive fire yet. The recon plane's back in. We lose a Panzergren team. And he just took an 85mm round. So he's getting pushed off. Another 17-pounder moving into position. Panther lands his first shot, but 17-pounder actually does too. He loses the duel. The IG-33 gonna hit these guards here momentarily. Tried bringing in two of these aircraft for bombing runs, but the AA too thick to get their bombs off. Tanko teams from Kirkland assaulting across your Stug 3 line, in line perfectly though to suppress those guys. Got a Pack 40 looking down the road too, and a Panther G. So once he gets these guys pinned, he should be able to walk in and surrender them. I think we took out another Sherman and we're about to get bombed, so IL-2 37mm takes another victim. My anti-aircraft just too far away. And he did destroy that 7-1, so I need to bring in more at some point. I've got another 40mm here. Monty assaulting our position one more time. PE2 gets his bombs off and does knock out an infantry squad here. But shoots an on the way, and one is knocked out by the Panther, who's been sitting here all game. Surprised he hasn't thrown artillery on this unit. My front line's getting very light. But with the support of everyone else, we're holding off the enemy. It looks like they had built up a decent amount of armor here to try and push across. 40M spotting the Resvedka team. Just out of view. But my one-man Brandenburger MG-42 is still alive. We're at a 13-11, so we need to turn the tables here, or we're going to get defeated in 13 minutes. I have brought in a lot of infantry. I'd really like to try and push across and get one or two of these flags if I can. So this guy really needs to die. He's the one keeping our aircraft from spotting and bombing. Almost getting counter batteried. I'm not sure if Viper has seen that yet. But it looks like this time our trucks are actually making it to the front line. We're not getting sniped, but a Typhoon's coming in to take out our Stug 4. Spitfire's behind him. IL-2, 37, just pegging our Stug 3. Fortunately for us, we don't die. We knock out a tank here with Panzer 4. Really need another anti-aircraft piece here soon. So we've managed to flip the other side of the bridge here with one man. I'm not sure how long that's going to last, but we do have reinforcements on the way. OB-25, probably going to knock him out right now. And we've got Brandenburgers in here. We should be able to make quick work out of these FFO teams. OB-25 is knocked out. And I think we're going to knock out the Maxim here shortly. Looked like there was about a company of men trying to make it across the river. And a Lag 3-4 is coming in to bomb us one more time with... Excuse me, not bomb, but hit us with rockets. Managed to knock out another Panzer 4, so we're down to 1. A whole mess of infantry in here. Looks like those are probably Viper's 210s doing a fantastic job of suppressing the enemy here. That was pretty huge. We can clear this area, we can set up a new defensive line, which is really going to help us keep this side of the river. Trying to get my Brandenburger, keep them in cover, but as close. I'm assuming he had people in here. He does. He has a ton of them. Knock out the Osnas. But we're out of range. I don't know if I noticed that. There's a lot going on right now. '85 is still alive. Look at all these trucks heading our way. Right now, we're down to just one squad. 2 trucks are knocked out. Spitfire coming in to hit our panzer guns, but gets pushed away. Not before he got his bombs off, so we're down to 3 men there. They're not going to break and run, though. We've got the CV-33 in position, and we've got our ersatz trooping. We're going to try and push across to regain the flag. Recon team was spotted. They'll need to pull him back. Lose the Stug 3G to... I think there's an AT gun right here I can't see. So our other Stug 3 is getting hit by him as well. We finally push off the planes once the 88's here. I did manage to move up the 40 closer to the front line. Actually, no, I brought in a third one. So we knocked out that fighter. I've called in the ME-210s. I'm not sure if they're going to make it. Let's see. We were dealing with a 37 and an 85. Now he gets pushed off in the first 85 shot. Will the second one make it in? No. More 210mm Nebelwerfers landing on the enemy. And our ersatz trooping trying to make it into this sector. There was another 37 mil up here that I was not aware of. So the TU-2 did manage to get his bomb load off. Didn't quite hit us exactly. I think he took out one squad. Moving forward a little bit more aggressively with my Stug 3 to end these Kazakis. And he's trying to take out the 88 with artillery. Stug 4 gets a pen on the Cromwell 5 and knocks him out. But he is killed. Another trade. We do manage to knock out the T-34 before he knocks out the Stug 3. IL-237's back in, but with the 88 here suppressing, he's and the 40's up so close. Seem to be able to knock him off target. Another enemy tank, a Cromwell 5. Gonna get lined up on us, and he knocks out our Stug 3. See mortars going off here on our 88. So we managed to bounce and knock out the Cromwell 5. It looks like there's a 6-pounder, so we need to get our infantry up there. Take care of him before he starts knocking out our equipment. He's firing at our Stuff 42, and that was super fortunate for us. He bounced on that first shot. Did manage to pen the second, and he got that crit. Ugh. And the Stuff 42 is killed. Same time the 6-pounder is. Boy, lots of trades. Ersatz troop and infantry have recovered themselves and are going back into the front line. Germans dueling that Stug 3G. And we miss. But he missed as well. The Sherman is killed, but he gets a pen on the Stug 3 after he's killed. I have managed to move the 88 into a new position, but you can tell he was able to knock out my 40mm. A 37mm starting to get on some ground fire against our infantry. We just got more and more ersatz trooping here. Some going to the front line, some running away. Unfortunately, my circle here isn't very large. Another Cromwell 5 getting knocked out by the Stug 3. He's got a friend behind him and a Sherman. Sherman gets knocked out by that 105 from the Stuff 42. And our Stug 3 goes down. So we're running out of tanks yet again. I've got another 88 in here for their aircraft. I do not want to get hit by that Tu-2 again. Regular Panzergrens coming into the city. And he has a ton of PPSH teams in here. So that flag gets flipped back one more time. You can see four mortar teams back here dropping rounds on us. Looks like he might end up getting our recon team. Lag 3-4 is pushed off again. Oh, Stuff 42 is knocked out by the Cromwell 5. It was probably not very smart of me, but I wanted to see if I could get a vehicle in here to cut off his trucks. It's Pack 40 here in just a great spot. Spitfire! It's pushed off before he can knock out the Brandenburger, but the Cromwell 5 is about to, and he's knocked out by our Pack 40. The Spitfire is knocked out of the sky. Nothing really going on in any other sectors of the map. I'm not sure I've got any more MG42 teams left. I think we've seen 5. I want to say that's all I've got. 88 is pinned down. But we've got our second one up here, and we've got another 40mm anti-aircraft gun moving in. And all of the ersatz group and teams have been wiped out, along with the Escalation. Blitz is knocked out by a 6-pounder. Trying to counter my 105. I haven't noticed it yet. So we've 48 minutes of the match, and we're locked in here with a 12-12. I think from here on out, it's just going to be a matter of attrition. Bug 3 doesn't know what to do. Another platoon of Panzergrens making it to the front line. He's managed to knock out our 88. I still think we've got enough anti-aircraft, though. And the last MG42 team is destroyed. We did knock out his recon car. SU-122 firing at the Schutzen. But again, really nothing happening over here. Unfortunately, our AT gun got caught by the Kazakis. He's likely to die here shortly. You just see more and more trucks going in. Ah, he still had another card of MG42. You can see more mortars heading for our AT gun. Need these Stug 3s to knock out the Cromwell. They're concentrated on infantry. Lose another Stug 3. I think that time was to the Zis anti-tank gun. So luckily for us, knocked most of the things away. However, did have one bomb load get off, and that was pretty rough. He took out basically 2 squads. Infinity Cromwells. Let's just keep showing up. So they've managed to get this flag for momentarily. Stug 3 is knocked out. I'm not sure which tank did it. Viper's Pack 40 spotting these Cromwells. Gets a pen. Knocks one out. My Panzergrunds are trying to get up here to hold on to our flag. Churchill 7's bouncing our Pack 40 rounds. Nice having this guerrilla here to take out our enemy infantry. Definitely not ideal to have your infantry standing in the middle of a field. I still got 2 squads left. Damaged the transmission with that 40M. We took out a Cromwell 7. Nebelwerfer's managed to land on target, take out a squad and a tank. My Pack 40 is almost completely out of ammunition. I'm really surprised they're not trying to go anywhere else. It is tough. They could smoke this area. Probably take this sector. Maybe. Get another 8. We got an 85 instead of an 88 up here now. So that's a problem. I'll see if I'm quick enough to change my artillery over to handle it. It's like something else in OB-25 too. 40M's lining up that Churchill. Loses sight for some reason. Churchill bounces the first round. I should be in range to use heat, but one thing I wish they would do is automatically, if it's never going to pen 150 or 90, excuse me, 150, then just have it automatically fire the heat rounds. I hate having to pay attention to that and manually do it in a match. I brought in a Panzerschreck team here in this part to ambush anything coming across the bridge, because I noticed we had quite a few enemy tanks. MG42 team is knocked out. My Panzerschreck somehow gets... I don't know if he got spotted or what. So these must have... This must have been a Phase B card, because I have so many of these MG42s. I'm really happy I didn't bring them in an A, because I've needed them. But I am losing quite a few of them. You can see my artillery now landing where he's bottled up on the other side of the bridge. This is a map where if you had some DD tanks, it would be great. Churchill Fuller is knocked out, but I'm not sure what did it. Sherman gets caught in the nebulor for fire. And we lose another squad. Our one Panzergren team has managed to flip this back. L2Ms now. Called them in too close. They got pushed off. That was Kirkland this time. Pack 40, can you knock out the Churchill? Apparently, no. I don't know why he's changing targets. Oh, it's one of those Cromwells. Oh, so we do crack the armor, get a crit, but that Cromwell with that 95mm howitzer is going to get him killed off right now. Surprised he's still alive. Our Vespi from the beginning of the match gets counter-batteried. End up losing one. I swear you have 3, so I may have already lost one, or I just never called it in. 88's pinned down. I've got a Stug. He's just out of position. I didn't realize that, like, he was right here. I think we'd be able to see him. Studebaker is knocked out on the bridge, so our defense here with all our Pack 40s and stuff definitely helping out. Viper and Badkill both bringing in some very much needed reinforcements. Not sure if the enemy's going to try and push. It looks like Monty's pushing some infantry, and we see some Andrushas in the back with supply trucks. I'm not sure. There's a lot back here. I feel like we're just barely holding on to this farm. 94 mil is spotting our infantry in a house. Looks like he's starting to get shelled with those 81s. Can my recon team make it up here? I didn't realize I had a radio right here. I didn't even need this guy. Oh well. Tons of artillery trying to knock out our 88. Really wants to use his air power against us. The Churchill 7's just bouncing every round, but if he panics, I think we'll be able to knock him out. Show us your side. Wow, it still bounced. So he gets lucky. Brandenburger should be able to easily knock out these partisans. Brought my Opel Blitz back to resupply the Pack 40 as I noticed he was basically out. Still got 5 men left on the 88. Nonstop Nebulor for fire. And I'm guessing maybe he saw... Oh, you can hear the vehicles. I think he must have seen the Andrushas. Kirkland trying to make a breakthrough on the far left against Badkill. I don't know if Badkill's paying attention. Because we can all see the same thing. One man left on the OB-25. It'll be huge to knock him out. So we're just over an hour and still at a stalemate. Cannot get through the front armor on that Churchill. And he's got two of them now, and he manages to knock out one of our Stug 3s. Lots of tanks back here. So it looks like they're going to attempt to make another push. Probably waiting on those intrusions to hit me would be my guess. And hopefully Viper has managed to knock them out with his own rockets. So I'm guessing Bad Kill's aware of the situation at this point. Shoots and beating the guards who are in cover and they're on a road. Got a whole group of Panzer IVs waiting to attack. More pressure from mid. And the OB-25 still alive somehow. I think he's in radio range too. Brought in a second off map, the 149. We get 3 shots on that. So, goal would be to, you know, we can see if we can suppress and surrender these guys, get across again. Just can't. This Churchill is just undefeatable. I think eventually we'll do enough damage where it's destroyed. IL-2M gonna try and knock out a Panzer IV. And he takes out a reconnaissance unit. 88 couldn't knock him off this time. Look at all those tanks. The hated motorcycle mortars. So we've got a big assault heading our way with a lot of T-34s and Churchills. I've got a Panzerschreck team. That other one we lost. I brought in this one. Here comes the assault. Big bombs going off too from the Tu-2Ss. So enemy making their move now. Stug 3 F8 is knocked out by the onslaught of T-34-85s, but the Stug 3G's there to cut him off, along with a PaK-40 that's been freshly resupplied. Panzerschreck trying to get in range, gets a round off, knocks out the first tank. Still hidden here. Another T-34 getting knocked out. Looks like we shot down that Lag 3-4. And the Panzerschreck get another kill. We'll find out shortly. 10 minutes on the timer. He's in green. He knocked out another tank with a Panzerschreck. So 2 kills for the Panzerschreck team. PaK-40 still firing. We've got 2 of them. I have a Stuff 42 back here. I have heat turned off. Hopefully he can knock one out. Bailout crit by our PaK-40 in the woods here. Another one's knocked out. Stuff 42 gets penned. We got under 10 minutes on the tick timer. We lose the Stuff 42. 88's trying to walk forward into position. Our Flak 37 right here is cutting off the enemy, keeping him from advancing any further. Our hero PaK-40 from the beginning of the match is finally killed off. Another T-34 is knocked out, I think this time by the Vespi. Grilla is killed off by the T-34-76. And the last T-34 on the bridge is killed off. I have dropped my second 149. We've got another T-34 on the opposite side of the riverbank. Hopefully we can get this flag back with 8 minutes left. Now let's take a look down here. Enemy has managed to get Sapri teams into the town, which is not good for our Schutzen. Friendly artillery really pushing off the Soviets, so that was a huge help. What does he got? He's got Vespies. They're doing a great job, but some Tigers heading our way. Pack 40 could probably take it out. Same with it, we got an 88 too, so we got a nice little trap here. I don't think he's going to be able to hold this position. We are still down. The off map going off takes out a Churchill. The leader tank's knocked out, and you can see I've got a lot of Stug 3s here with the leader. I try and counter-assault these guys. I don't want to make them into a target for aircraft or artillery, so I'm spreading them out as quickly as I can. A stupid Churchill 7's still there. Can we finally kill this thing due to damage? I don't know. It's probably going to knock out another one of my tanks. If I can get a side shot with the Stug 3s, that might be my best odds of killing him off. I don't have a shot. Unless I bring it up here, but then I'm probably going to get hit by an anti-tank gun. So the Churchill 7 finally goes down. Front line looking a little bit better, especially with these Sturmgrens in here. We'll have to do something about this T-34. Somehow spotting me here, so there's definitely infantry who see the Brandenburger, because there's no way he would have seen them. Probably this guy. U-2 nuke bomber. Oh, can we push him away? We do. I don't think he got a bomb off. Oh, we managed to shoot him down. One of our 88s is almost out of ammo. Over here on the left, enemy is making a combined arms assault with aircraft, infantry, and tanks. But getting stopped right after getting across the bridge. IL-2M gets his rockets off, but misses due to suppression. P2 is shot down. So the IL-2 is damaged. Hopefully that means we won't see him for a while. German infantry just doing a great job of holding on to this sector. Against the Russians, you can just really tell that the equipment's so much better. Brandenburger getting spotted by a Daimler OV. I feel like you see the Daimler OVs all that often. A little bit different than a Staghound. Looks smaller to me. 20 mils on the front, 15 on the side. You go 80. Not too bad. So I brought my reconnaissance aircraft back in to see what the AA is like. That 185 is still up. Enemy hero on the way in to try and knock out our recon aircraft. And he is shot out of the sky. Not much of a hero. So we're down this flag on the left. 7 minutes. It's due to this single guards team here. Panzer IV leader is killed off. That's kind of a big loss. Just need to get these guards pinned and we'll get that flag back. TU2's trying to drop on our infantry, but I think both of them got pushed away by the Gepard and the 88. One gets knocked out of the sky. No, he was trying to hit the Panzer IV, but it was already dead. So you get the guards taken out, and it's a 12-12 again. We're now in 11 minutes into the match. SS Sturmgrun's putting pressure on the Kazakis. You see there's a Matador who is resupplying those AA guns. Sturmgrun's trying to assault this flag as well. I'd like to get these Brandenburger Pioneers into this area. So we still got 2 shots left on our 149. I felt like this was a good spot for that. And we can move these Pioneers across. I think with a commando trait they move faster. So for the moment, the Soviets have been pushed across the river. Kind of surprised we don't see a PaK 40 over here. I think he was being taken out by machine gun fire, so it would be really nice to have an ambush right there. Even a PaK 38 could knock those out from the side. So our 149 off map is about to go off. Hopefully he takes out that 37. We've captured this flag. I'm not sure how long we'll be able to hold it for. It's kind of hard to hold that position. Continuing to move these Stug 3s forward a little cautiously because, again, there's usually AT guns in here or up here. 37's almost gone. You can see they knocked out all of our recon aircraft and one of the Me-210s earlier, so I've been hesitant on calling in aircraft. And I'm putting in my last off map here as we're trying to make a big push. We got some Sturm Pioneers coming in here. And half tracks as well. So it's a 14-10 at the moment because we've got both of these flags. Stug 3 is knocked out by the T-34-85 Recon, and an IL-2M was coming for him. He's going to get pushed off by the AA before he gets a second attempt. Brandenburger Pioneers do make it into the forest and start surrendering the enemy, so far so good. We could get hit with enemy off-map or Andrusha fire, although I'm hoping that Viper had knocked him out with his 210mm Nebelwerfers. So IL-2 is pushed off one more time. I'm not sure what happened with these guys. I think I was trying to bring them across, but we have so much here. I don't want to walk them out in the open. The Stug 3 can't see them. So another 37, and then our 85 up here. So 85 is a danger to everything. But my Stug 3 should be in position to knock out these trucks, but he was just aiming way too slow. This guy got taken out, I want to say, by the 17-pounder that got knocked out, dropped off. Cromwell leader is killed. Zis 3 looking right down across the bridge. Definitely causing issues. He's out in the open, so if we can get a machine gun close enough, it wouldn't be too hard to knock him out. But there's, again, up here, 94 looking down at us, so it's so hard to get across when they have high ground. Same for them. Like, it's just very... There's a lot of defensive areas you can use. TU2 trying to stop us. He gets his bombs off. I thought he had 2. I just see 1 there. And he suppresses a massive circle. But my Brandenburgers still unsuppressed. He's not going to be able to rush anything in there. We got a single squad holding on to this flag. The 3.7's getting pinned by our Vespi. One man left, the IG-18. I think is going for that. He's knocked out. On our left, another assault by the Russians. But Sturm Pioneers and Schützens holding the town. Running out of ammo. 13 AP rounds left. That's it. Over here, he's got it just for AP, which I like. If he comes in the town, he should be able to knock out the Su-57. But again, I'm really surprised to not see the anti-tank gun, like, right here. Or even a heavy machine gun. 251/1 is knocked out by the Su-57, and they've almost got the flag. M3 is trying to surrender. Is he going to do it? Doesn't look like it. They're managing to hang on, but for the moment, he's got the flag. So nice that these Sturm Pioneers have light machine guns. Definitely helps out. We surrender the assault team from the Czechs. Panzergrens are just barely holding on. 17-pounder is going to knock out our Stug 3 unless we can pin him right now. Oh, no! That's just bad luck. He dies, but gets the round off. Another 17-pounder trying to look down our road, but we've been dropping artillery in that area. I want to say I'm out of supply trucks at this point. So, artillery is running out. Typhoon shoots his AT rockets at us to try and get us pinned to surrender us, and that might work. Somehow we're holding on even though everyone's pinned. I'm moving my reserves back up to take it back. Still holding off these guys. L2 with rockets coming in. It's pushed off. My Stug 3 leader is just out of visibility of this tank right here. 210s finally knock out the 85 that's been harassing all our aircraft throughout the match. 37 is pinned. I'm not sure where I am points-wise, but I have some aircraft. Probably not a bad time. Bring them in. I think I was hesitant to bring in a single. There's a M3 half-track in here that needs to be taken care of. Su-85 has made it across. Doesn't look like there's anything here to stop him. But if they catch this one, they're still going to need to get one of these sectors back over here. Trying to get Panzerschrecks into this forest to knock out things along the road. Panzerguns managed to knock out the anti-aircraft gun, but there's another one here, I think. No, it's a 37. So we had, I want to say it was a Cromwell in here. I was trying to get my Panzerschreck team in here to knock him out. Zanistis are pretty strong. They managed to knock out one of our Sturmgrens. Boy, they sure had a lot of mortars. Back to our left. They have not been able to push through. So with all of the, from what I can tell, all of the anti-aircraft gone, I'm bringing in, I want to say these are the remaining recon aircraft, because I have more bombers I can bring in. I'm moving my 7-1 to the front. I have a feeling he's going to call stuff in, and he did. It looks like we've got an IL-2 37mm coming in. I'm not sure what he was going for. Brandenburger Pioneer knocked out. And there were even more anti-aircraft units back here, so an 85 and a Bofors. So one of our FI-156Cs is knocked out. We might lose them all. I'm not sure the enemy has anything left in the tank. We have a decently strong front line here. I don't think they have that much artillery left. We're seeing lots of mortars still, but that's it. It'd be nice if we can get this flag. I think that would give us a quicker tick over here. Unfortunately, my leader's getting spotted by this M3. I'd like to get to the point where I can get these Stug 4s across. T-34-85 lining up to fire on our leader. He gets penetrated and disappears from vision. It's the return strike. Bounces one of our rounds, knocks out the leader. Can the Stug 4 take him out? He does. IL-2 is not going to make it there. I'm sure he wanted that Stug 4. Friendly artillery suppressing our own Panzergrens. IL-2 was destroyed. I was going to try and smoke off this Cromwell 7. M3 is destroyed by the Stug 4. Bedford, are they trying to get another AT gun or a DP gun? Nope, just infantry. Stug's dueling this T-34. Get a bounce on the front. And he penetrates our Stug 4. Misses on the follow-up shot. Oh, we knock him out. That's huge. Those motorcycle mortars are so annoying. We still got a Cromwell, and then we had that leader tank over here. We've got some Panzerschrecks. Enemy really running out of steam. One of our Pack 40s is under attack. I dropped one here. I was hoping to get him into a position I think I wanted to see across here. The smoke's blocking it right now. Cromwell 5 is destroyed. We've got a Cromwell 7 sitting on the road. Our Stug 4 could probably knock him out without getting knocked out himself. Typhoon is killed off by the anti-aircraft. Got an 88 that I've moved forward, and we can see his command tank. He gets penetrated, but not knocked out. Tu2, not gonna make it. There's no way. No way, guys. He doesn't. We did knock out the Cromwell 7 that was over here. I think the Stug 4 did it. I was too close to that 7-1. There's your motorcycle mortars. Cromwell 7 gets penetrated by the Pack 40. We knock him out, and he misses. That's a big win for us. So we're down to 13 minutes on the timer here. I don't think they've got a whole... We're not seeing a whole lot like we were the whole match. Bofors is destroyed. I want to say there was one other anti-aircraft gun. Now we're starting to see Kirkland move from the left-hand side of the board over here. A lot of M2 half-tracks. Fortunately for us, there's no machine guns on those. Trying to keep this Stug 4 out of range. I've called in a bunch of Ju-88s. So you can see the line of bombers here. Now hopefully we can knock all these guys out with them. We're at the very end of the match, I think. 12 minutes on the tick timer. Just leaving them in the vehicle, which is odd. Ju-88s on their way. They only have two 500 kilogram bombs, so maybe not the best. One got pushed off. Looks like there's still AA to our left. The second one's pushed off. The ME-210 is trying to make it in. He gets his bombs off. I'm not sure if he hit anything. Second ME-210 knocks out the assault team. FFO team's knocked out. They brought in the Ju-87D5s too, but they got pushed off. Just figured we're at the end here. Let's overwhelm the airspace, see if we can knock some things out. We'll see if we can take out this 85. Got one man, but these dual Bofors kind of preventing us from just going all out over here. Can he make another run? Probably not. Oh, he managed to pin him down, and we knock him out. Maybe it was a rocket that knocked him out. There's those motorcycle mortars. 17-pounder knocks out the Stug 4. So I think we took care of pretty much all the infantry over here. Brandenburger Pioneers getting killed. Kirkland decides to throw in the towel. We'll see if the rest of his teammates do. 17-pounder now getting hit by Panzergrens as we push the far right edge of the map. Take a look here in mid. Cromwell getting destroyed by a Pack 43. IL-2 cannot make it in. We've got a 7-2 up here now as well. Recon team goes down to the Brandenburger. Monty's 17-pounder getting caught out in the open. Brandenburger team easily wipes them out. And hopefully here soon we'll get this next flag. Not sure what this is back here. Could be a commander? Stern Pioneer's moving a little too fast for those mortars. Might have this flag here in a second. Cap finally throws in the towel. Will Monty do the same? Got the flag, 15-9. And Monty throws in the towel. So we have a 90-minute match with a minor victory for the Axis team. Let's take a look at our team stats. Viper does almost 10,000 kills. I'm at 77.55. Then we have Bad Kill at 67.90. So all three of us ended up out-killing the allies. Monty, 64.61. Kirkland, 57.86. Cap, 43.31. Take a look at my kills. IG-18 did very well. Vespi did pretty good. Panzer IV, another good one. Hungarian teams, I'm surprised I didn't really notice that, but good work. MG-42, Brandenburger team. I guess he paid for himself. This was that pack 40 I had lined up on the bridge. He killed a ton of stuff. Brandenburger is just slaughter. Look at all these squads. Stuke 3's doing well. 81. Didn't really focus on that through the playback, but he got a lot of kills. He was just on defensive fire. Pioneers wiping out a ton. And then a Stuke 3. Just so many enemy units. So we had 3 Vespies. They all did pretty okay. So consider those. Off map, actually getting quite a few units. And that's just Stuke 3Gs, just playing above their rank. 88's getting some. Stuke 4 getting a bunch. Look at all those. Holy cow. Even the ME-210's getting in on the action. Loss-wise, this Partisan squad did pretty good. Get a Sherman, get a couple units. This 82 is harassing me the entire game. He ended up getting one of our Vespies. 37, ground and air. The F-22 actually took out like 3 AA guns. Wow. You wouldn't think a 76.2 would do that well without a radio, but good work. Churchill 7. That guy took 1,000,000 rounds. He was named Lucky too, so I guess that goes with it. Another partisan team doing well. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like, subscribe. Come hang out on Discord. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.